Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to tackle a topic today that causes a surprising amount of anxiety for homeowners and off-grid folks alike. And that is, just how much power does your refrigerator really consume? We're debunking the high wattage myth using hard, real-world data to find out the actual truth.
Here's our roadmap for the breakdown. First up, the refrigerator power myth. Second, rated versus actual draw. Third, understanding duty cycles. Fourth, beware the vampire draw. And finally, backup power realities. Let's get to it.
Section 1. The refrigerator power myth. When the grid goes down, literally the very first thing most of us worry about is the food spoiling in the kitchen. I mean, it's a completely natural reaction, right?
But is your fridge secretly a massive energy hog? We've kind of all been led to believe that these big, humming boxes in our kitchens are absolute power monsters, just draining electricity nonstop. But is that actually true, or is it just a massive misunderstanding?
Well, if you poke around online, you'll see this number thrown around constantly, 4 kilowatt hours per day. Lots of sources claim this is exactly what a typical household fridge consumes. And wow, it sounds incredibly intimidating, especially if you're trying to calculate battery backups or solar requirements. But as we're going to see from our source data today, this massive 4 kilowatt hour figure, it's largely a myth.
Moving on to Section 2, rated versus actual power. The confusion really begins right here. It all starts with that little manufacturer sticker tucked inside your fridge door.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the vast difference between what the manufacturer sticker implies and how your appliance actually operates day to day. You see, the rated power is essentially the absolute maximum power the unit will draw under extreme conditions. Think about when you first plug it in at room temperature and it has to work at total maximum capacity to cool the whole thing down. But the actual draw? That's just the power it uses to simply maintain that coldness once it finally hits its target temperature.
So, if we do the standard sticker math, you might see something like 115 volts and 3 amps. Multiply those together, and you get roughly 350 watts. People look at that 350 watt number and immediately assume, oh, my fridge is constantly sucking down that exact amount of power every single second. That right there is exactly how the high wattage myth gets its initial fuel.
But check out the real data. Our source put 3 different real-world household units to the test, and the contrast is just incredibly comforting. Take a look at the personal fridge. It's rated for 345 watts, but it actually only drew about 110 watts while running. The high-capacity fridge? Rated for a totally scary 609 watts, but its actual active cooling draw was a mere 130 watts. Even the lab fridge dropped from a 350-watt rating way down to just 110 watts of actual draw. It turns out that official rating on the sticker is absolutely not your daily reality.
That brings us to Section 3, understanding duty cycles. Because honestly, the actual wattage draw is only half the story. The other massive piece to the puzzle is time. Your fridge is absolutely not running constantly.
Let's quickly define what we mean here. A duty cycle is a refrigerator's operational cycle. It depends heavily on the ambient temperature of your home and how frequently you open the doors to grab a snack, rather than just running continuously. This completely shifts how we need to think about power consumption. It's about how long the appliance uses power, not just how much power it draws when it's kicked on. There's this really common yet totally inaccurate formula floating around out there. It assumes a fridge runs for 1/3 of every hour. That equals 8 hours of runtime a day, which leads people to calculate about 2.8 kilowatt hours of daily usage for a standard 350-watt unit. But look at the tested reality. Under normal household use, which includes opening and closing the doors, the tested standard fridges only consumed approximately 1.3 kilowatt hours, or 1,300 watt hours over a full 24-hour period. That is less than half of what the myth expects. No way, right? So the crucial point is this number, 10 minutes. Based on that real-world consumption of 1.3 kilowatt hours, a standard household fridge actually only runs its compressor for about 10 minutes out of every hour. That means it's only actively cooling for 1/6 of the time. The vast majority of the day, that big machine is essentially just resting, effortlessly maintaining the cold air it already created.
Section 4, beware the vampire draw. Now, before we celebrate too much, there is a small caveat to all this incredibly good news, and it has to do with what happens when the compressor is actually turned off. See, while older, basic fridges draw nearly zero power when the compressor is off, modern units are a bit different.
Fancy features like touchpads, bright LED displays, automated ice makers, and integrated electronics for water dispensers create what we call a vampire draw. Even when the fridge isn't actively cooling, these features require a continuous little trickle of electricity.
During their testing, they found that the modern fridge consistently drew between 5 to 15 watts of idle power. I know, it's a tiny amount, but it is constant. It's just sipping electricity 24/7 to keep those electronics alive and ready for you. Now, it's not going to drain your battery instantly for sure, but it is a factor you should certainly be aware of if you're strictly calculating your off-grid energy usage.
All right, Section 5, Backup Power Realities. This is where we bring all of this data together into the practical payoff. We're going to connect these surprisingly low numbers directly to your emergency preparedness plans. And this brilliantly illustrates just how well-positioned you might actually be for a blackout. Because our fridges are far more efficient than their ratings imply, even smaller, more affordable portable power units are often entirely sufficient to keep your food perfectly safe during typical 24-hour outages. You really don't necessarily need a massive industrial-grade generator just to save your groceries. In fact, when you apply this real-world data, the ultimate takeaway is incredibly comforting. A high-capacity power station can run a standard refrigerator for 3 full days on a single charge. That is without any solar panels plugged in and without any external input whatsoever. Just 3 uninterrupted days of cooling. It entirely debunks the idea that a fridge will automatically drain your backup batteries in a matter of hours. So, I want to leave you with this question to ponder. Next time the grid goes down, is your food actually safer than you think? Armed with this new understanding of rated power versus actual draw and the true reality of duty cycles, you can now confidently reassess your own home backup strategies. It turns out, keeping your cool during a power outage might just be a whole lot easier and a whole lot less expensive than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and stay curious.